Hi, Alexis. I've got your work up here, and I'd like you to read I sent you an email, or actually, I'll send an email right after I finish this video crit, and please read it because there's some pretty important information in there regarding your presentation here. So, at any rate, you have the Sunbasket sustainability, and I'll just approach this um, as if it were just a brief look at a sustainability. Um, Overview, not looking at the sustainability itself, but looking at what you consider to be important in your writing. Okay. And so you've got Sunbasket, then you've got this kind of generic um, infographic, which is, that's great. It looks like it's part of the Sunbasket website or one of their associated websites. But then you have this writing here, and I just want to take a look at this because this is where we're going to get a look at how we really have to start looking at this because you're going to be doing this. You have a project coming up where you're going to be really putting together a sustainable presentation where you have to look at everything from um, um, paper to inks to glues, etc., to the type of fuel the truck that transports it uses. Okay, so I want you to take a look at this. You describe Sunbelt. But then you say their packaging is manufactured from raw materials, drastically reducing energy use. I don't know what does that mean? That doesn't really explain anything. So you really have to describe things like that. Be careful taking things from a product's or a company's website because they're always going to be glamour coded. So they're going to make things sound a lot nicer than they really are. So that's why we have to take a look at behind comments like this, like manufactured from raw materials, drastically reducing energy use. Well, how does that work? To explain that comment. In turn, reducing carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases. Yes, a reduction in production always would result in a lesser carbon footprint. Sunbasket is meal kit to have a mail. That mail back program is interesting, but you got to be careful with that because what you would need to do in this situation is you would need to analyze the carbon footprint associated with returning the package for them to recycle it as opposed to you just recycling it locally. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's really important. That's really important. So that would have to be analyzed. Again, this word recycled, when we can't say anymore in this class, we can't say so and so is made from recycled materials. We have to actually say what those materials are. So please remember from this point on, the term recycle doesn't mean anything. You have to describe exactly what materials you're talking about and what constitutes those materials. All natural and fully compostable fill and compostable ingredients bags. So we would need ingredients here. You would need to tell us what the ingredients are. Okay. This kind of looks like it was. This definitely looks like it's writing of the company. So I mean, it's really important that you know exactly what you're talking about. So, I mean, what you're saying when you're talking about things like 2% non-GMO cotton, you would have to stop and describe that in your own words. What does that mean and how does it relate to this project? Okay, so I would just want to point out one of your Crystal's. Just take a look at her format, okay? Because she really did this beautifully, approached this project beautifully in terms of analyzing sustainability and through a life cycle analysis. Okay, so she introduces the package and then she goes into the components and the materials, exactly what is made, what are the materials. Then she goes into resources telling how each of these materials is manufactured or otherwise prepared to use in the product. Okay, then she goes into life cycle talking about raw material extraction, materials processing, design, and then of course the ever important transportation and disposal. That is a life cycle analysis. Okay, so that's what she's doing. She's telling us how it starts from its raw materials, meaning its basic from the ground, okay, bamboo or whatever the material is, and then going through how it's processed, using what chemicals, what process, how it's designed, then how the product is transported is really important. And then, of course, what happens when we throw it away? One of two things happen. Either it goes to a landfill, where how long does it take to, I mean, it could be there in 2,000 years. Or if it does make it to a recycling, what is the carbon footprint associated with recycling certain materials? Okay, so just give you an idea of the amount of information that really we're looking for here, and how you'll be expected to extrapolate this information into your own sustainability project. Okay, hope that makes sense. If not, please contact me because it's really super important. But anyways, okay, thanks very much.